to the treasure.
Get rich with one piece. Get rich with one piece.
Yo, we got Luffy and Zoro, the better the duo. Sanji and Usa bring out the bankroll. Jekyll Mariah, he rips your soul. Brooke and Perona, they cold like a snow globe. Going through the stack like we looking for some crack. Taking y'all to class, man, you better know your math. Call the deck mather, cause he always running black. We don't need no power tools, we just bring the axe. Cause we bout to chop it up. TCG, level up. This is more than beginner's luck. Got so many reds, they backing up. Rapping so cold, got the mains froze. Everybody know that the gang goes. Laws of the land don't make me repeat. We the next king. Getting rich with one piece.
Get rich with one piece.
The piece of the cause, the key to the treasure.
Get rich with one piece. 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 Get rich with one piece.
The piece of the cause, the key to the treasure.
Get rich with one piece. Get rich with one piece.
Yo, we got Luffy and Zoro, the better the duo. Sanji and Usa bring out the bankroll. Jekyll Mariah, he rips your soul. Brooke and Perona, they cold like a snow globe. Going through the stack like we looking for some crack. Taking y'all to class, man, you better know your math. Call the deck mather, cause he always running black. We don't need no power tools, we just bring the axe. Cause we bout to chop it up. TCG, level up. This is more than beginner's luck. Got so many reds, they backing up. Rapping so cold, got the mains froze. Everybody know that the gang goes. Laws of the land don't make me repeat. We the next king. Getting rich with one piece.
Get rich with one piece.
The piece of the cause, the key to the treasure.
Get rich with one piece. Get rich with one piece. Get rich with one piece. Get rich with one piece.
Ads. Am I right? Oops, that's not what I want to do. Okie dokie. Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode. We are a couple days after Christmas. You know, everybody's coming down from, and it's later than I wanted it to be. But that's fine. There was just football on, and you know, I kind of get wrapped up in other stuff too. So sorry that the stream is so late. It'll probably be a quick one. Well, we'll see. You know, I kind of get to yapping, and then quick streams turn into hour streams. Man, I really need to get these cards organized. They're just kind of stacking up around my desk. But whatever, who cares? There's worse things that could be stacking up around my desk, you know what I'm saying? Like these bills. Okay. Yeah, well, today was just a lazy day. I did leave the house. I left the house for like 15 minutes, drove somewhere, drove right back. So other than that, I've been on the couch all day watching football all day long. But yeah, that has been my day. Very eventful. But something cool actually did happen. So I mentioned this before, but I posted my PSA 10 special print Zorro that I had graded a while back, and posted it for $550. I've been getting a couple of offers for like $380 and $450. You know, people really low balling, and then I got an offer yesterday for $500. Because they have like a setting in there where you can put like it'll automatically decline offers unless it's over this particular amount. So I set mine for $500. So it automatically declined a couple of offers that I had never seen, and then one came through for $500. And I responded back to the person because you can counter offer, because I posted it for $550. And so I counter offered to $525. You know, $500, $550 is not that big of a difference to me, if I'm being like honest. It doesn't make that big of a deal, or it's not that big of a difference. But you know, it's a negotiation. Might as well see what you can get. And then a couple hours later, well, this happened yesterday. I sent that to him, and then earlier today, I hadn't heard back from the person, but earlier today, someone else reached out with an offer for $500. And I told him, I was like, there's an offer pending, you know, with somebody else for $525. So I countered to them with $550 to see if they'd pay the full amount. They came back at $526. So they're like, oh, I'm going to beat this person by $1. But the other person declined the offer, the original person. And I did not know that until like literally 5 minutes before the stream, because I was looking at it. Like when the stream is kind of like, running and doing that stuff, playing the music and stuff, I'm on my computer sometimes doing some things. Sometimes I'm out running around doing things, but this time I was just, on the eBay looking at it, and I saw that the person had declined the offer. The original person had declined that offer of $525. And so I went ahead and accepted the other person's offer of $526. Now I want to be sure, I was looking through the settings, and I'll have to probably worry about this a little later, but I want to set it up where I show what the sale was for. Right, so it's probably under like preferences or something like that. But yeah, I want to make sure that people can see what I actually sell things for, because it's something that I always bitch about, right? When I can't see what somebody sold something for. But it's $24 less than what I wanted for it, and that honestly is probably it's still $525, $526 is like higher than a lot of other ones that I saw. And what's really cool about it is that I have 2 more, and who knows if they'll come back as 10s. I'm hoping they come back as 10s, obviously. But maybe if somebody has a bad day or whatever, and they grade my cards harshly, but all the cards looked exactly the same. Obviously, like, I don't have like this trained eye or whatever, but before I sent them in, like, I looked at all of them. Before I sent the other 2 in, I looked at those. They all looked the same, right? So um, I'm assuming those will come back as 10s. We'll see. Again, we'll see what happens. I could have, because I went through a third party when I did these initial PSA grades. So I don't know if they like maybe went through in there and cleaned them up or some shit, and I didn't do any of that. So maybe there was something that's missing. So, but I'm hoping that I get some 10s back. That way, I'll be able to. I'll probably, if I'm being honest, I'll probably sell at least one more of those. I don't know, man. No, I don't know. I'm gonna keep one is gonna be kept like permanently. I may just keep this second one for a while. Now that I'm kind of talking through it, like I sold one, I got $500 for it. Like I'm happy with that. I am happy with that. But I'm like, maybe I need to sell another one. Maybe I'll sell another one to later on, right? Like, maybe it'll be worth a lot more in a year or 2 years or whatever the case may be. But anyways, I'm pumped about that. I'm very pumped that my car is sold. It's obviously by far the most that I've sold a card for. So yeah, that is pretty awesome. Before that, I think the most I've sold a card for was like maybe it was 100 for the Kaisa. I think that might be the case. I think $100 for the Kaisa itself was the highest, and that just happened like a couple days ago, so that was very recent too. But yeah, I'm super pumped. I'm getting more into this. I'm really getting more into this whole thing, the buying and selling and the trading of these cards, and it's a blast. I really love it. The making the orders and stuff kind of gets in like the orders aren't even that bad. It's really the inventorying that takes up a lot of time. I might do some tomorrow. Might not. I need to look into one of those like card scanner deals, which I didn't do at all today, which I should have because I was literally sitting around not doing shit. So I might do that. That would make my life so much easier because incrementally, I've said this a couple of times, but incrementally, I've been making things a little bit easier on myself. So that is the next big thing that I want to do is sell these things or get these things inventoried easier. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. I did put together a couple of orders today. I got some big orders. I had like an order of like 90 for some of my Riftbound cards. And that's not a ton, but I don't have that many Riftbound cards in bulk. So that was like probably it was definitely over half of the collection. It was probably like 60% of the bulk cards that I had went out in one order. Well, I haven't shipped it yet, but I will be shipping that out tomorrow because that order's together. So that's pretty nice. Obviously, the bulk is, I want to get rid of the bulk. So and getting rid of 60% of it in one foul swoop for Riftbound is very nice. What else? I put together a pretty big order of like 350 cards. Again, that's a pretty good size. Like it's more than this here. Yeah, I don't know. You guys can't see this. Oh, maybe you can see the stack, but let's see. Maybe these two together. Maybe. Oops. Please, Lord Jesus, don't fall over. I'd say these are probably. Let me see. Yeah, it's probably about 400 or so. Whatever. Who cares? Yeah. Okay. That doesn't matter. Anyways, it's a good amount of cards that get taken out when people buy that much. Like my PRBO2 bulk is just scraps now. If I would have, it's in a binder, so it's a little bit harder for me to kind of tell like how many I have. But if I had to make a guess, I would say less than 200 cards left in bulk for PRBO2. Like that thing has been getting eaten up. That big order today, the bulk of the order, I'd say probably 150 of the cards maybe were PRBO2, and then probably 100, or maybe a little bit more than 100. But anyways, man, I am yapping about this stuff. Let me open some packs, damn it. I'm gonna open some Packaroonies. Packaroonies. Y'all know how we do. We start with the Riftbound, then we'll be opening some more of these OP07s that we have here. And then, I'm so sad, it's an end of an era. These are the last blister packs of OP13 that I have. And we actually had 2 hits yesterday. We had the Alt Boa and we had the OP13 Secret Rare Luffy. So, yeah, it's the end of an era. We'll be getting some more. A couple weeks from now, those illustration boxes will be back to... The illustration boxes will be back well, not back, but they'll be out. So I'll be able to get some of those. Again, I know that those are going to be like PRBO2 and OP13 in those packs. 1,000%, those things are going to be extremely hard to come by, like very hard. But I'm sure the first couple of days I probably can. I can probably do some, running around. I have to do a ton of running around to a couple of places. But yeah, I should be able to get those, and keep them. I'll keep some for my collection, and I'll probably open some as well. But yeah, I'm super pumped because I'll be getting OP14 as well too. Man, that's gonna be January is gonna be a crazy month. It really is gonna be a crazy month. All right, there's gonna be a lot to come out, and then in February, PBO3 comes out. So a lot of exciting times we live in. All right, Smoke Screen, Stalwart Porro, Magma Worm, Ember Monk, Call to Glory, Bilge Water Bully, Ride the Wind, Peak a Guardian, the Grand Plaza. When you hold here, if you have 7+ units here, you win the game. That's actually crazy. Noxus Saboteur. Your opponent's hidden cards can't be revealed here. This 100% is a card. I keep saying this every day. But this is 100% a card I do not have. The card that I mentioned yesterday was a rare card. It was like the Thornbjorn song or whatever it was called. I did not have that one, so I was right. This one I have not. I've never seen this card before. I am sure that I don't have this card, and I can kind of think of exactly where the card goes in my collection booklet. Orb of Regerts. Ooh. Heralds of the Arcane. Victor. All right, so we got 2 cards left after this one. Udyr. Very nice. I do not have an Udyr yet. So 6 cost, 6 might, 1 power, champion unit. Spend my buff. Choose one you've not chosen this turn. So it sounds like you can do this multiple times. Deal 2 to a unit at a battlefield. Stun a unit at a battlefield. Ready me. Give me ganking this turn. Man. Oh, this is really cool because like that's kind of Udyr in real life. You know what I'm saying? And when I say real life, I mean in the game League of Legends. He has his four different stances or whatever they're called. I've never played Udyr, but I've seen him play it a lot. So he has his 4 different stances. So this is cool that he has that same ability to do a bunch of different things. Then we have an Order of Rune. So pretty cool. We got a couple of cards that we have not had yet. And we got a legend, which is very nice. Heralds of the Arcane. And I don't even know if I have this Victor. I know I got the alt art of this Victor, which I sent in. Man, I cannot wait. January, February, this whole year is going to be amazing for cards. For me, at least, hopefully. I'm going to be sending shit in all the time. The sets are going to be banging. I'm going to be getting a ton of stuff back for like grading purposes, like those grading streams, especially when I start getting like 25 cards back at one time. That's gonna be nuts. Like I'm getting pumped over one card, and obviously, this is the most expensive card that I own that's getting graded right now. Um, so it's definitely cause for celebration. Potentially, we'll see what the card comes back as, but um, it. Let's see. There we go. But yeah, it's one of those things that I'm pumped for one card, and then I think what'll probably be next are my cards that I sent in to PSA from GameStop because chronologically that's what happened. I did that back in like October or maybe the beginning of November. I think maybe beginning of November. So probably I would assume like maybe February-ish I'll get those cards back. I remember talking to the person saying like, about February. Um Maybe it was the end of November. Maybe it's been about a month at this point. But I remember talking to him saying it was like February when I was potentially gonna get them back. Um yeah, so that's super exciting. Um And yeah, so that had my Gum Gum Giant in it. That had the Cross Guilds. That had I think I had two or three alt arts for the leader Zoro from OP12, and then that's where my other two Zoro special prints are. So I think those because I remember it being like 7 cards. So the 2 manga events, the 3 Zoro leaders, and then the 2 special print. Yeah, the 2 special print Zoros. So I think those are the next 7 cards that'll come back. Then after that should be, I don't know, because I believe I sent like a smaller batch to Beckett. Yeah, I did. I sent a smaller batch to Beckett that has some cards from. Oh, those are my signed cards. Yeah, those are the signed cards. And then I have the batch of 25 coming back, and then this week I'll be doing another batch. I'll send another batch out. So, yeah, crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, what are we gonna start with? We're gonna start with 500 years in the future. Fuza, Scratchman Apu, Jinbei. Phew. Oh, bless me. Sorry about that, guys and gals, of course. Egghead. This boy look like a freaking egghead. On play, play up to 1 Caribou with a cost of 4 or less from your hand. Arrested. They need to figure out a good combo for this Korribu and the Caribou, because none of them are good. None of those combos are good. Alright. When attacking, if you have 3 or more characters, this character gains plus 2,000 power during this turn. Okay, this is the first time I've pulled this Zoro. That's pretty dope. Slave Arrow, that's very cool because this is the original. Lucy, you've got some explaining to do. Okay, let me see if this card can work in Koala, because it is a Revo Army card, right? It is a Revo Army card. Let's see. All right, when attacking, once per turn, you may add 1 card from the top or bottom of your life cards to your hand. You may rest up to 1 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less. Then, if you have 1 or less life cards, add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life cards. I don't know. I don't know. This doesn't fit in how the deck that I have is built. Ooh, we got the Sanji, the original Sanji. It's really cool. Like, when you see the cards that are reprinted, when you have them, like they do the exact same thing. Like literally, no one could tell that there was a difference except for the fact that there's like an EN right here. You can't see the words right here. Let's see if we can kind of yeah. What on this one it's pretty hard because it's shiny. But let's look at one that's not shiny. See if it's a little easier. Yeah. So here it says, I'll read it for you. Bandai made in Japan. In the reprinted cards, on the very end after that Japan, there's an EN on it. And that's the only difference between the cards. So it's not anything that's, you know, a difference in um, what the card does or the effects or anything like that. But it's kind of cool just to actually have the cards that it's actually kind of cool to actually have the cards that are the original. I got a ton of those, or I've had a ton of those reprints. Obviously, I've sold pretty much all of them. Actually, I sold all of those Sanjis, but just in general, it's cool to have the actual original cards. Okay, come on, you rascal, you. All right, we got really. I'm not gonna say lucky, but we had a pretty dope time yesterday with our cards, with our pulls. Like I said, we got two. So if we don't get another hit today, you know what? I'm not even gonna play like that. We getting another hit today, at least one. Bare minimum, we getting one. This one might be the hit right here. Monkey D Guard. Not the hit. Oops. I went back to OP13. Wait a minute. Okay, we can do two OP13s in a row because I did have 6 of those and I only have 5 of the 500 years in the future. So yeah, we can open 2 OP13s in a row to get them both down to 4. Alright, Beppo, Fosa, Whoopschlap, Napoleon, Lord of the Coast. Alright, what else we got? 5 Elders at your service, pretty good card. Buggy. Alright. Next pack. So there should still be at least one hit from the box, from this 500 years in the future box. First card we pulled was the I need to look into. I know that this new Croc has, you know, a bunch of support built into it, but I really want to look at more older cards that have, if your opponent has a character with the cost of 5, or excuse me, with the cost of 0 effect, because there's so many cards, or there's a very easy way to get a character with the cost of 0 with Crocodile. So I would like to kind of look through those cards and see, you know, what kind of effects, if there's a, you know, anyways, I'm getting distracted. I'm looking at this other thing. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep it moving. What is this? The first Aladdin? Okay, blocker on KO. If your leader has a fishman type, play up to 1 fishman or merfolk type character with a cost of 3 or less from your hand. That is a on KO. Dice, haven't opened him yet. Island of Women. Ooh, Caribou. See, this doesn't even make any sense. This wouldn't even work with the Korribu from this set. Because this has a cost of 4, and that other one said it needed a cost of in order to play a Korribu from your a Caribou from your hand, it would need to be cost of 3 or less, right? Am I remembering that correctly? Sengoku. Ooh. This might be a good searcher in okay. This isn't too bad. Um we did get two altars, which is actually super cracked. I already have had this one, but I sold it. I did sell this Frankie. But now that I'm having everything graded, I was hoping for something a little bit more crazier or flashy. If I'm being honest, if I'm just being 100% honest. If I keep it 100 with ya. Um, but I know that this Frankie is going for a little bit more. Let me see what this Frankie going for. 500 years in the future. Oh man, they got some good cards. They got some really good cards. And 500, as far as like the way the cards look, they look so good. And this Frankie going for like 13 bucks. That's not too bad. It's right around the same price range for the Lilith that we pulled the other day. About 14 for the Lilith, 13 for the Frankie. Not horrible. And I'm actually pumped that we did get that we got 2 hits from here. And y'all know how things get whenever it oops, there we go. Y'all know how things get whenever they get graded. I could jump up to 100 easily. So that will be getting graded. Of course. Of course. There's just something about a card that you ain't hit yet. You know what I'm saying? Especially when there's so many different types of alts and hits and secret rares and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? When you pull one that, especially one that's not like a crazy banger, right? If you pull like those Zoros that I pulled, like that's like some shit. I'm like, okay, I want to hit all these, right? I did end up hitting the Yasop from that set. I did hit the Tashigi. I still have the Tashigi. I think I sold the Yasop. And then I hit the Ace the other day. Well, this was a couple weeks ago at this point, but yeah, I hit that Ace too. So I hit a lot of the special prints from from OP12, but y'all don't understand. I'm not even playing. I really wish that I was streaming whenever I really wish that I was streaming when I was opening OP12, because I opened a ton of OP12. I opened so much OP12. It was crazy. Like I don't think I opened as much PRBO2 as I did OP12. It was crazy. Like it was box. It was a lot. Shanks. Ooh, a new gate. What do they call him? Like block gate? Cut block gate. Alright, so I think we're like halfway through this box now. Maybe a little bit more. I've done it for 3 days. Yeah, we did it for 26, 27, 28. And then my brother opened a pack, so we opened 16 packs. So we're over, and there's 24 packs in there. So we got 8 packs left. So we'll probably do like 4 tomorrow, 4 Tuesday. Ooh, Vega Force 1. That just vanilla card, but it looks dope. This is some creepy shit. I'm not gonna lie, that is a creepy ass fucking card. Snake Dance. Ooh, Don Quixote, Don Flamingo. 3 cost, 4K. Activate main once per turn. You may rest a specified number of Dawn cards in your cost area. Reveal one card from the top of your deck. If that card is a sorry. If that card is a 7 Warlords of the Sea type character card with a cost of 4 or less, you may play that card arrested. So that's the support for the purple or the blue Don Quixote earlier on in the set. Ooh, and I don't have this one. On play, set the power of one of your opponent's characters to 0 during this turn. The only time I've seen this card, I haven't even seen this card in real life. But I did see this card. Somebody played it against me in the sim one time, and I was like, "Wow, that's a fucking cracked ability!" Just bam, and with a lot of the different, like leaders, a lot of different red leaders, you can KO somebody with this cost of 0. Ooh, Basil Hawkins, that's not bad. Like, I actually am happy with like these OG cards, because the Basil Hawkins, it's been done. You know what I'm saying? It was reprinted, right? So it's one of those things where it's like I've pulled a couple of those recently, but having the actual original one, the OG one, is actually pretty cool. So not too upset about that. All right, we're coming down to the last few OP13 packs, which makes me very sad. Tomorrow I'll probably hit some errands, see what we can come up with, see if any of my go-to places just so happen to have some. Man, it's so crazy how many Saint Shawrias I've been pulling, because Uta, I haven't pulled a Uta for a while, but those Saint Shawrias, there was a time when it was impossible for me to get some of those. It was not when I actually needed them for my deck. Alright. Buckin'. Knuckin' if you buckin'. Dracula Mihoko. Pythagoras and his goddamn theorem. Oh, wait a minute, this is the original Crocodile. They reprinted so many cards in PRBO2 from OP07. I didn't realize that. Like, I'm just kind of looking through these, like going through these sets. Like, there's a ton of cards from PRBO2 here. Well, obviously it's vice versa. There's a ton of cards from OP07 that got reprinted in PRBO2. We're going to claim the One Piece. Marguerite. Blocker, on play, draw 1 card. Fair enough. I respect it. I respect it. Alright. 2 packs of OP13 left. And then just the 1 of OP07. But we do have, obviously that's just what we're opening today for OP07. But we are out of OP13. Paper art after image. Inner Ashi. She laughed when I put it in her Ashi. Hell Meppo. Looking like a lame. Silver's Rayleigh. Come on, OP13. Give me 1. Give me a hit. I need it. Last pack magic. We're going to try and spread the last pack magic over both of these. Now the boxes, are set. I think all that I'm going to be able to get from this is a secret rare. Because I've got two alt arts already. I don't know how the older boxes worked. Iron Body, man, I wanted this card for a long time. Counter up to one, so it's 2 cost, CP9, but counter up to one of your leader or character cards gains plus 4,000 during this battle. Then if you have 10 or more cards in your trash, that card gains an additional 2,000 power during this battle. So 6,000 power, a 6K counter. Like, I don't know of any other 6K counters. Like, it costs 2, but 6K is crazy. And it's 10, I mean, with black, getting 10 cards in your trash isn't that difficult. Oh, when I was playing Blackbeard, I wanted that card so bad. Slow beam. Karina. Oh, 3 cost, 0 power, 1K counter. Film Gran Turismo or Gran Tesoro. On play, give up to one of your opponent's characters negative 2,000 power this turn, and it's a blocker. Not too bad. Big boobs. And then Perfume Femur. This is actually, okay, I read this card the other day, didn't I? This card lets you put a card in your hand, right? Select up to one of your 7 Warlords of the C-type leader or character cards, and that card gains plus 2,000 power during this turn. Then if the selected card attacks, your opponent cannot activate blocker. Okay, no, this is a very popular card in the new BOA, and this is the second one that I pulled of this. Yeah, but I'm almost had a whole play set. Okay, let me do this math. How many packs did I say I opened? We opened 5, 10, 15. My brother, I don't think I put the one that my brother, so 16. How many are in a pack again? 12. So it's like 180-ish cards here. So man, this isn't even, that's about 180 cards at 360. That's, I'm still trying to eyeball and say, and get a good idea on how many cards are in a stack. All right, last pack. All right, what we got here? Another Saint Showery, that's hilarious. Saint J. Garcia Saturn. All right, well, that be it. We did actually get a hit, which is super cool. Guess we pulled all of our hits from OP13 yesterday. Yeah, this Frankie not too bad, actually. I actually do really like the way that this looks. I think I may have traded this. I don't think I sold this card. I think I traded it to someone, which I hate doing. I hate trading. I'm just like, I'd rather pay money. I'd rather you pay me money. But I get it. Well, yeah, so I kept my promise. That was going to be a fairly quick stream. I need to go to bed, really, but I'm going to put this in a sleeve and a top loader, and then I'm probably going to hit the hay. So thank you guys for watching, and until next time, be good.